We gotta take it out so you can see it.
Oh, you can see it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Kenai Flips. I'm Izzy, and today I have another Goodwill Outlet or Goodwill Bins trip and haul video for you. A family member reached out to me and said they hadn't been to the bins in a while and would I like to go with them, and of course I said yes because I always love going to the bins and I'll take any excuse to go. So this wasn't an ultra focused, hardcore, flipping only kind of trip. This was more of a social trip, going out shopping together and just spending about an hour and a half, 2 hours in the store. But I still got some great stuff that definitely paid for my trip, and I want to share with you today. And if you're not interested in seeing the haul and you're just here to see what it's like in the bins for this video, go ahead and feel free to skip towards the end. I'm going to put the footage from the store at the end of the video. And I'm going to start with my favorite thing that I found, or at least how I found it, and it is this picture of a baby. And the reason I love this is I found it inside a book that I just grabbed and was flipping through inside one of the bins. I may end up keeping that because I really like the story behind it and it's a good photo. So for a while at least, I'm going to hang it up here behind me on the wall. Another thing that I would have picked up to resell if I didn't want it so badly for myself is this. It's a DVD version of the 95 Pride and Prejudice. So, you know, when HBO Max and Hulu get tired of showing it, I'll have my own copy. And of course, one thing I love getting at the bins is tissue paper. It's so cheap and I really like it for packing. I get compliments on how cute my packages look when I use stuff like this. And another thing I got that is a supply rather than something to flip are these labels. They're Avery brand address labels. They're a little bit bigger than what I normally use. But every item that goes out, unless it's media mail, gets a thank you card with a coupon code. And I use these to print them at home instead of paying for custom printed ones. I was pretty excited to find all these iron-ons. The last time I was there, I only found one, and I grabbed it, but I was hoping for more so I could lot them up. So I got all of these iron-ons. They're not worth a whole lot, but a few bucks a piece, and I got so many that I can definitely get those listed. I got this Wii game. Always check inside the cases when you're at the outlet or any store you can, because a lot of people will just take them out of the case, or sometimes they're swapped and you can get a different game inside. And this isn't worth a whole lot, but I had to grab it. I have not tested it yet. Looks like the back battery pack is a little bit loose because it has tape on it, but this is one of the original Simons and it's the clear kind, and I had to grab this. I also got this little alabaster powder jar with a rose on the lid. It's not marked, but I still grabbed this little cow creamer. These guys used to be ornaments, which I didn't realize until I looked them up. This little guy was not marked, but I recognized that face and knew he was Hamco, so I went ahead and grabbed it. Just a little candle holder. I don't especially like selling glass items, but they are very cheap, and I like selling weird items, so I had to get this decanter. He has part of the cork still inside. He's like sitting on a barrel, and I think my favorite part is his eyes. He has 6 eyes. No chips or anything. He was obviously like painted by someone themselves because there's some bare spots and some messy parts, but it's just so weird. I had to grab him. Got this little 3DS Zelda case. It's in really good shape. It's only worth about $10, but it's a guaranteed seller for me. Now this is something that my family member grabbed for me. They thought it was a purse and thought it was really cute, but then realized there was no bottom. And it's actually a little kitty lederhosen. And they're leather. I really, really tried not to get hats, but I like selling hats and I have so many hats, but they're just so easy to list. So this is CVC, and I believe based on the colors that it's Christian Brothers College. So I went ahead and grabbed that just because the age and the style. And then John Deere is a brand that always sells for me, so that was worth grabbing. I got a handful of plush. They all need a little bit of cleaning, but I think they're still pretty good. I got Cat in the Hat, an original Pound Puppy, little one. I got one of the plushy trolls. And do you guys remember these? The teach you how to tie your shoes and button up your own clothes. It's got all those parts. He's just very dirty. But I know someone somewhere will want the exact one they had when they were little, so I grabbed him. I got a very dirty 90s Power Ranger. So these two aren't really worth selling on their own, but I figured they're both DC, so I'll list them together. And I didn't do a whole lot of digging deep down into the bin, so I didn't get a lot of smalls, but I did grab all of these. We got some Build-A-Bear shoes and a uniform I took off of a cheap bear. Some little cookie cutters. I just thought this box was cool. Some Chuck E. Cheese stuff that will go with my other stuff when I get enough together for a bundle. This cute little witchy and cat on a pumpkin. Medical stuff, some more Halloween, McDonald's. A little doll that I couldn't find any markings on. This is a My Little Pony. Now these, I thought were all Polly Pocket, and I didn't look that closely at them. They're Shopkins and some other little toys in there too, so I'll probably end up donating those back because it's not really enough to do one lot of a specific toy, and I don't get those very often. I got a Wolverine here, and don't worry, it'll grow back, buddy. I went ahead and got him even though he's missing his arm. Got some cool little ephemera. I actually had someone asking for Smokey the Bear, so we'll see if they want anything else. I can put it all together for them. And these I thought were cute, but they're actually little vintage cards from the 80s. The little cats all dressed up. And you know I gotta grab any jewelry or pins I see. These are just kind of random. This is a little Weeblos tie with a bunch of pins on it. These I actually found all together in this baggie. You have like some hair ties too. Anything that's in a bag I grabbed to see what people put together that they didn't even look at the donation center. And grabbing beads is new to me, but I had a friend give me a bunch and I listed them and they all sold immediately. So I have started doing beads and beaded jewelry and they sell usually within a day of me listing. So we'll see how these do. We spent a good chunk of our visit at the book side of the store. So I did get a few more books than I normally get. Not a whole lot of antique ones, but I did get some cool ones. I got these two, which I had to use Google Translate to get. They are Bulgarian. And actually in my listing, I will probably tell people that I found YouTube videos of them being read aloud, which is actually great if you are a language learner, which is who I would imagine would get these books. This one is newer, but I got it because it was obviously the same language as this one, and they were in separate bins. These I got, they will just go in a lot for someone to probably use for art or framing or something. This has already been colored in, or it would be worth selling on its own. I have never sold anything Barney, but I have been told that people like it and are looking for it, so we will see how this one does. It is colored in, so I'll lot it up. Same with this, just a little Roger Rabbit Disney book. This one is just a little encyclopedia from 1957, but I grabbed it because it has a cool cover and has some really cool graphics inside. And it's in okay shape. I'll lot it up with some other vintage books. And I started grabbing little golden books because I saw quite a few there, and normally I just put them in a big lot and sell them all together to someone who's trying to fill in their collection. This one's missing a cover. This one's just a little generic Heidi. This also will get put with my Christmas lot. So I try to sell books by theme or age or something. It's just a little Christmas music book with some cute illustrations. This is one of the Bobbsey twins. A little bit damaged on the inside, but a nice little cover. And people like collecting these, so this will get put in a vintage book lot too. And by lot on books, on the kids' books, I usually do like 5 to 10, and on the vintage antique books, it's usually just 2 or 3, not like a big lot of books. I thought these were really fun, so I grabbed them. They are circus postcards. It's a new book. It originally sold for $3, but it is older. And there's also a small one with every postcard. So I have it listed individually right now, but if it doesn't go, then I'll just put it in one of my postcard lots and sell it that way. This one I actually just listed last night and it sold this morning for $12 plus shipping. And again, I grabbed this thinking I would just put all the little golden books together, but I looked it up and this one was worth selling on its own. It's Lady Lovely Locks and it's in amazing shape. This one will also go on its own. It's a Chick-fil-A version, but it's still like a really good shape. And this is the last thing I want to show you for today. This book made me break down and get Worth Point, finally. I thought about it before, but I always saw mixed reviews on it's not very organized, it's not the easiest to use, and a lot of people said they ended up not using it all that much. And I thought for my volume and what I sell, probably wouldn't get much use out of it. Like if I sell a video game, it doesn't really help for me to know what it sold for when the system first came out. I need to know what the current market is for it. But on this, I couldn't find any on eBay. No listings, no sold, no unsold. But I did find it on Amazon. This was listed new for $750, used from $500 down to $200. Those prices aren't incredibly uncommon for Amazon, but there's usually like one seller who hops in with like their book for $25 or something like that. So I figured there must be a reason. So I went and got Worth Point, and with the trial you only get 7 lookups, and I used half of them looking up this book. I have since used my whole free trial and went ahead and signed up for a month, so I will let you guys know if I end up using it a lot for what I sell in my volume, see if it was worth it. But if this book sells for what I have it listed at, it'll pay for several months of Worth Point, and I would have listed this in a bundle if I didn't know. So then it'll pay for it. So with this condition, I have this book listed for $150 because sold comps on Worth Point, this kind of condition, were $125 to $175. I will let you guys know when this sells, if it sells for anywhere close to the asking amount, and if it was worth it to get Worth Point. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see what the binge trip was like for us, all of the other things we had to dig through, all of the gross things we had to dig through to find these items, keep watching. And remember, I was shopping with someone else, so in the clips you'll see me pick up things that I didn't have in this haul video and that I wouldn't actually get to resell. It's because I was getting them for the person I was with. Let me know in the comments below, do you guys think this will go for the Worth Point suggested price of $150, or do you think it was way off the mark and it's just gonna sell like a normal golden book price? Thanks for watching. Bye.